welcome to Pieces Pat Paints. I'm Pat. I paint pieces. Paint them here on the. My computer is really angry with me because it's lacking storage. I'm gonna probably buy an external drive. I don't know. We're gonna upgrade the camera first, and then we'll start upgrading the computer system. That's probably a good idea. So anyway, but yeah, we are here back again painting Corpse Card from Black Crusade. Or no, not Black Crusade. Trench Crusade. This is part of the Black Grail. We are painting it here live. We do everything live here at Pieces Pat Paints when it comes to the live show. Hence the live show name. So I guess we shouldn't say everything because the shorts aren't live. Of course, they're pre-recorded. And I try to edit. I'm not a great editor, so I am a goofball. So if you like goofy, weird guys that paint stuff and try to figure out things to run their mouth about, then you are in the right place. I'm trying to find my charger here. My poor phone is going to die on me in the middle of all this. It's so weird. We spent so long without phones. My whole life I went, without phones. And now we have them, and I can't seem to get away from it. I don't know. Phones, I guess maybe sometimes they're just a little bit of a leash. Like I don't even know why I care if it's charged or not. I'm going to be busy doing this. So like, what does it matter? What does it actually matter if my phone's charged? It doesn't. But my mind, like I have to do this thing. And of course you notice them like way after the fact. And you're like, oh yeah, I need to do this. And it's always I don't know. So it just seems weird. It's just weird. To me. Anywho. Alright, well, that's enough of me like yammering and being personable. We're gonna turn on the music. We're gonna pump this up and get things reset here. I went to I go to my local gaming store about every 2 weeks, and we have like a little paint party that we do there. We're a few of us just hang out and paint stuff, and then just gives us a group of people to kind of hang out with that are into the same hobby, and we can bounce ideas off each other and try and critique things and stuff like that, which is it's good. It's good. Everybody, if you're an artist, you should have that. You should have like a group of peers that are usually even into the same kind of art you're into. That way it's somebody who really actually knows what you're doing and they can help you out. Oh, I forgot to add magenta to the list and this faded green. I did update the color list for this project. I left some of the stuff on there from our Plague Night, because there's gonna be some crossover. Pretty much all those colors that were on there will end up crossover. I need to look up his size and see what's up. His base size. Let's see if we can put this guy on a base. Kind of needs to go on one. Okay. Need to remember to add that magenta. It's for deal. That's terracotta. That's the rose. Alright, so we're back to working on all these little bits. I'm gonna worry about the ones on the arm later. Not necessarily worried about the arms right now. We're gonna get there. We need to get all of this underneath stuff done first. And in order to do that, we've got to get all of this done. You know, it's baby steps. Come back, add a little bit to color out those. They're really kind of red and irritated. That camera needs to go up even further. Again, it could just be that it's not the greatest camera. I'll be upgrading it soon, I hope. What I'm really focused on here is trying to make sure we're playing up this contrast as much as possible. We definitely want to show off all the little layers of the sculpt. I thought I grabbed that because I didn't want to do with it. Oof. Oh. One of the things you have to remember is that, like, shadows and such aren't actually black. And so, like, when you're creating contrasts, you need a darker color to contrast underneath it, but that color needs to match your overall color scheme and the theme and the tone of whatever it is you're making. So a lot of the guys that are really good at this know how to make that happen. They'll find a different color to shadow the folds and the whatnot. Follow the model. It's going to tell you where to go. Yeah, there's a lot of this to do. And if you're going to do it this way, it takes a long time. But it's totally worth it. You know, in the same, this time I'm not using black for the shadows, but you want to avoid pure whites at the top, unless it's like the shine to something, or the very, very tops. You know, occasionally it'll warrant it, but a lot of people actually use like different grays and stuff, very light gray, to make things look white. Because when you contrast it against something, it's going to look brighter. Leaving those little bits of magenta is really what's setting this off. much flesh to dance around here. Very thin. Very thin crimson. And more just kind of on the bottoms of things. Through these crevices. Use it to make things a little bloody looking. Now this one I'm using this regular crimson instead of like an Alizarin because this isn't dried. I'm trying to get it look like it's currently bleeding. It's not supposed to look like old blood or blood from somebody else. It's supposed to look like his blood. I'm not really trying to like wash over things here. I'm really just trying to add a layer, a super thin layer of crimson to the crevices of where that magenta is. I wanted that magenta to start out because again we need that contrast. Now we want to kind of blend the space between. Now some of this is going to get on my defined muscle and tumor pieces. Yeah, sure, of course. We can always come. We're going to come back and finish up all the highlights. Damn it! And sometimes just building too much on. That's all we're at. Comes right off. Sort of. checking. I have those of you who are a long time people of the channel, you know I have an issue where I sometimes forget or don't check it properly, and hilarity ensues. Stress for me, hilarity for y'all. That's what happens when you don't have producers and such to keep you in line. Do a little bit more of that red here in that spinal area instead of just the outlines. We're definitely coming back to do some highlight work in here. Looks like something's happening in these. I'll find out later. Couldn't really read exactly what it said. Doesn't look like there's anything super important. May add some blood down the front of his armor there. Oh, right. Gotta keep moving your fingers. Make sure you flex your hands. If you don't flex your hands, then they'll start to, over time, then you'll develop, you can develop carpal tunnel or nerve damage or whatever. So, about every 20, 30 minutes, just take your time. Just take your hands. Squeeze your hands. It's not complicated. It's not hard. If you're younger, you can probably get away with about an hour before you really need to do it. But, for us older guys, about half an hour. Really, guys, gotta move your hands. Get a little of this faded green out. It's a fairly interesting color. I think it should do well for sickly. Now this is really just going to be for these tip top edges. Very carefully, very steady. Again, just these edges, just these tops. Putting a little bit of that green in there. That's kind of a highlight. Oh, goodness. Definitely take your time. It's okay to kind of pause, look around at it for a second, figure out where you're really supposed to be going. Hopefully we didn't completely overpaint everything we were doing, so it's not too hard to see. But that's always a possibility when you're coming back and doing these finishing touches and such. Really appreciate all the big shout out to all the new subscribers and viewers and stuff like that. That's all really awesome. Really appreciate it. It's always nice to have people taking an interest in what you're doing. So I know, hats off to you. Salute. Appreciate it. For anybody who's new to the channel, we do this every weekday ish. You know, I got other things going on in my life, but I try to be very consistent and be here pretty much every weekday doing a little bit of something. And we usually just kind of pick up from where we left off on whatever project we're working on. Sometimes it's commissions for the studio, sometimes it's like this where I'm just kind of, I needed to do something else for a second before I tackled another Elden Ring piece. These are kind of, I guess these are kind of like, you know, breakout drills. It helps me feel like we're getting more done. I love those big pieces, but it takes a long time to get to a finished product. So it makes my short speed look real short. So this year's goal is to get more of this, these little guys out in between bigger projects. That's looking really good. Okay. Nasty. It's nasty, y'all. You just look bug nasty. Okay, Naples yellow, we'll do that. Belt, rope, hangman's noose, all of the above. All of the above, actually. Honestly. Oh. Speaking of commissions, maybe this will be another one. That'd be nice. New commissions. We do take commissions. You can get in touch with us, through the, send us an email, I guess, on one of these videos, or you can go and follow me on Instagram at PiecesPatPaints, and can contact me there. I tried to find a website for a little while, but man, I can't keep track of all that. I know that sucks. It seems really bad, but I'm not that great with tech, keeping up with all the little bits. It's just not my gig. I'm so much better at doing these kind of things, bro. I'm doing the painting. When I was a chef, running the front of the restaurant was not something I really wanted to be involved in, because it's not something I'm good at. I mean, well, no, I shouldn't say that. It's not something I desire to do, so I'm not as good at it as I could be. Really need to decide what color I'm gonna make his loincloth here. Man, it'd be fun to do it I guess where it was white and now it's not white anymore. Now it's stained to the point where it's completely strange how we could make it strange and stained. I don't know. God, I don't know. get into here, we gotta decide what these skulls are gonna be tied to it with, but that we can go with later. We can actually do that with the arms on it. Main goal here is to get to where we can put the arms on as soon as possible. Well, this thing is definitely going into the next episode, so we'll work on this again on Sunday. I really like the idea of trying to make that wine and steal the shit out of it. Let's see. Cuck Crusade. This guy, baby. He's already got his new sound. He's ready to go. He's like, choke me, daddy. I probably shouldn't say that on YouTube. Or maybe he is the daddy with his pustules and big chest. And he's coming to choke somebody with his noose here. Yes, a lot of the demons might actually be kind of, you know, cuckish. They were all, some of them were celibate Knights Templar, so. Adamantios Alan. I think I said that right. I hope I said that right. Adamantios Alan. Pretty interesting sculpts. It's been a fun change. We'll get back to some other stuff next. I've enjoyed it. They're an interesting sculpt. The designer for the most of the art is the same guy who did Diablo stuff. So I've always loved Diablo. So I felt like this was a good. It would be good to go and check it out. Attached its head. The head's probably disintegrated. Oh, the other guy's got like most of well, part of a face. Oh yes, super glue and the never-ending struggle to keep the tip of the bottle clean. Crusade, that's funny. Stop it, you're gonna scare the vanillas. Stop it, you're gonna drop super glue in your crotch. That sounds like a very sticky and opportune situation. Yeah, I feel like it should sit further down on there. I guess not. It's down on there. Alright. 3, cruising on down. Do-do-do. Yeah, we'll see if this works. Maybe they might want something, they might not. That's commission work for you. Or well, that's running around with this kind of work. Ugh. I don't mind. You kind of get used to it, I guess. You kind of like, okay, well, let me know if I get a lot of message where people I think are. I guess they're just trying to see if I think it's a good idea to do the thing, and then maybe they gotta consider the cost. A lot of times I get to a price of an item, and people are like, "Oof." So it kind of gets, it can get discouraging if you're trying to break into the market of selling, doing commission paint. Everyone out here is a little on the cheap side of that, but that's alright. And this is a raw umber. Put it over this. I gotta make a choice. What color? How are we gonna make that? Alright, so first we're gonna do a little bit of Payne's gray. We're gonna lighten it up a lot. So we're gonna go a little white here, and we're gonna lighten this up. I like this idea of it being the white that's been stained over the years. So I think that's what we're gonna go with. It'd be nice to have that done, or at least started before tomorrow. Because tomorrow is only a couple days away. It's not actually tomorrow. It's next week, Monday. Again, you don't really need it to be white per se. Gray work. You want kind of a gray color. Now you could go ahead and just drop some white straight on it, and then just stain it, and it probably look just fine. Darker version. It gives us that ability to transition those colors. Now, of course, this isn't all necessary. It's not necessary to do all this. You can just paint it. Not stress it. Up to you, you know. Definitely put it on real thin. It is just the base kind of coat here. We don't want to lose and obscure any details, including those chains. Just make sure you got your brush strokes nice cleaned up. Don't let it pool. And we can let this sit till tomorrow. There we go. All right. So there we go for today. Oh, 50 minutes. Cut a little early. We went a little long earlier this week when we were finishing up that plague night, so I don't mind cutting a little early today. And really need to let that dry up and set before we start messing with any more of it. And we'll have to glue the arms on and all that stuff. We're gonna get this stuff in the front done first, and then we can glue the arms on. But before I start messing with anything else, I don't want to add the oils, our metal grind. I don't want to add that to it until after all this other stuff's had a chance to sit up. That way, we're not blended. Because those mineral spirits, if that acrylic's not dry, it will just take it right off. So you gotta wait. So we'll be back tomorrow. Let's see. We'll turn that off so you guys can hear me chit chat, and then we'll start shutting it down. Lots of fun. I really like that sculpt. It's really neat. It's a lot going on. It's gonna be interesting to do this other one. He's got a lot. He's got even more going on, which is crazy. But I think fun. So we might do corpse guard, the other corpse guard. That's what we'll call it, the other corpse guard, and then and maybe we'll move over to the other. Maybe just keep running corpse guard part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just keep running. We'll do this one and then we'll do the next one. And we'll just kind of run the corpse guard, and then that's because they would be guards, but they would be in the guard. I don't know. That's how the military works. So, all right, that's what I got. Everybody, go be good to somebody today. Yeah, somebody in your family, somebody you don't know. Doesn't matter. Be good. Be good to somebody. It helps. I promise. It's gonna make the world better. It'll make you feel better. Really, be like, oh man, I did a good thing. I said the right thing to somebody. I did the right thing. So do it. Just a little kindness. Just see if you can't spread a little bit of it. Maybe maybe it'll be contagious. Who knows? Anyway, you guys have a great night, great weekend, and we're gonna catch you all on Monday. Bye.